you doing today? This is Frank with Frankly Horse Racing, and today we're going to go over the way too early Kentucky Derby horses, because we're going to have a few probably that leave, can't participate, and got injured in training. Hopefully that doesn't happen to any, and we've already had a few that have dropped out. So anyway, I'm going to give you a quick rundown. This is not the handicapping show of the Derby. I do that closer to when the Derby is run. And so I'm just going to go over and give quick thoughts on these and kind of in my head before we see everything final, where I'm letting you know I'm sitting right now and how I feel about these horses. We're just using the DRF website today, so we're going to go straight down in points earning position, and we'll give a couple quick thoughts on that. So let's get started right away. Number one is Burnham Square, has the most points. He's running a few of the races down in Florida. At this point right now, he's not a winner, somebody I consider in the top tier that can win this race. However, his running style may work really well in this race because there's going to be a lot of speed, in my opinion, in this race, and it'll set it up for the closers. Now, again, as a closer, it's exciting, but you're going to need to make sure that you get lucky finding a path through. Also, you've got to have good decisions by the jockey and hope you get a hole somewhere. So anyway, Burnham Square for me is probably that second level horse. His last race, he was my top pick in that race. He barely got East Avenue at the wire, but he did come from last, and that's tough at Keeneland. However, to me, that race set up perfectly for him, kind of like, we'll get to him in a bit, but Sandman in his Arkansas Derby. So now let's move to the second in points, Sandman. He's right there now. I thought he was down another step. Anyway, throughout the Oaklawn meet, he's been banging down there and running hard. He is a very good closer. Kind of like Burnham Square, that last race set up beautifully for them. A lot of speed, collapsed, and if they didn't win, then I wouldn't even have considered him in my second tier for the Derby. Now, again, running style-wise, they both have a good running style for where I think is going to be a quick pace. I would have liked to see both of them come home quite a bit quicker in their last races. So Sandman, to me, is a second-tier horse at this point. And again, I understand that my opinions are my opinions, and some may not agree with them, which is okay. This is horse racing. Everybody's right and everybody's wrong every day. The third horse, point-wise, is Journalism. I would probably make him, he's definitely top tier and probably my number one now. John Stetton, the pick six king, I listened to him quite a bit, and he picked up on Journalism last year. And so I really started paying attention in January, and I've liked him in every race, and he's run great. And that last race, clearly there were some racing antics going on, which I don't honestly have a problem with. I'm old school, but they really did everything they could to keep him pinned in. And then when he got out, he made a darn good run after Baeza, who made a very good run because he pressed the pace quickly after being last early. But Journalism got out, got the job done, and I think he right now is the horse to beat. Also, the other thing I like about him, he reminds me a lot of I'll Have Another, who I did pretty well with that Derby day, in the fact that he just keeps coming. No matter what, he just keeps coming. So he's always going to give me a run, and that I like, and he's tactical, so that's important also. Moving on, number 4, Rodriguez. Rodriguez was one that people really kind of threw to the dogs. Didn't like him at all. He wasn't able to compete with Journalism and Citizen Bull. And then they sent him out to New York, and he gets the rail, and he gets a great ride by Smith and good instructions, because a lot of times out there, I think the pace, they'll let horses go and just run free. He got a good pace. The only horse who was the favorite, I can't remember his name, had run his last race at Aqueduct, and it was pretty fast. They thought they were going to be able to run with him, and they really couldn't run with Rodriguez. So he got a very good ride, He got a good pace, and he came home pretty quick too for Aqueduct. So I definitely moved him up like everybody else, but he's not in my top tier. He's probably the lead of my second tier. I still feel the way about him I did a couple months ago, where I thought he was a really good horse. Let's see how he develops. They're three. You've got to see where they go and how they develop. Moving on, Tistastic. Tistastic has been running in Arkansas and then at the fairgrounds, where he finally got a win in a prep race where everything again set up nicely for him. He was well seasoned. He got a good pace in front of him, and then he finally put it all together and made a darn good run. I personally don't think he's fast enough. I'm not sure if I even have him in my second tier for the Derby. Tries and supers, I'd throw him in, but if he wins, I lose. Let's see, who do we got next? Tappan Street. Some people say Tappan. I'm not sure exactly which one it is, and it's chemo week for me, so heck, I'm terrible with names anyway on normal days. So I'm going with Tappan Street, Brad Cox horse, and I really liked him a lot in the Florida Derby. I thought he was really moving into it. He moved too early the race before and got swept up by Sovereignty. This time he outmoved him and he won the race. He's improving quite a bit. Again, they're 3-year-olds, and if he keeps moving forward, I think he's got a great shot in this race. So he'll probably be one of my top tier horses. When we get closer to the Derby, I'll tell you who I've got and who my keys are and things like that. But right now, my top tiers won't surprise anybody, but they're the ones I feel strongest about. But I love the way he's moving forward and improving with every race. Number 7 in points is Sovereignty. Sovereignty, everybody knows about him. He finished second in the Florida Derby, won the race before that, and he looked awesome. There was a big run up in that one, so it wasn't just a mile 16th where it's hard to catch at Gulfstream. It actually was closer to a mile and eighth probably with that long run up. But I'm taking nothing away from him. He's kind of another horse like Journalism that continues to come at the end. And I'm not sure Mott had him fully cranked and was trying to get him home. Yes, they wanted the win, but they got out moved by Tappan Street. And why abuse the horse just to get the win when your ultimate goal is the Derby? So I definitely have Sovereignty in my top tier. Final Gambit's the next one. If you look at his last race, it's on the Poly. I mean, it's impressive as hell. It really is. He came moving from last. He got the pace he needed, and he won easily, swept him up, and just swallowed him, going wide the whole way around the turn. So it was very impressive, and I think maybe a mile and a half if the Belmont was that far, this would fit right down his zone. And this race is going to set up for him. I just don't know if he can run well in the dirt, and a lot of times the Poly horses don't run well in the dirt. So for me, he is a use in tries and supers. If I decide to play those, I'm probably not going to use him on the win end because I want to see him run on dirt. Chunk of Gold's another one who was a Poly horse, moved to dirt, and his figures went up pretty good. So he's definitely, to me, a dirt horse. I actually bet him last time. He finished second, I believe, behind Tistastic. Ran a good race. The one before. I just think speed-wise, he's a touch below these horses. So he definitely is not in my my top tier. He's just a use and tries and supers. The next one was going to be, let's see, Owen Almighty's out. Citizen Bull, number 11 on the list. Citizen Bull's going to go. He's a good, big, hard-knocking horse. He was swallowed up by Baeza, run into the ground. They didn't abuse him coming home, so they wanted to save him. I just don't know tactically what they're going to be able to do for him in the Derby since he's a front-end horse, and you've got East Avenue in there and a Rodriguez and a couple others. So even though he's a good, solid horse, I just don't see a way for him to win this race. It's Bob Baffert, so it's hard to just say no. On a cheap 50 center or something, I might use him. But if you ask me today, he's not a winner. Okay, I don't think he can win the race. Oh, and Almighty's out. East Avenue. East Avenue is staying in, ran a great race last time at Keeneland. I just wonder, is Keeneland the only place he can run? He's got to have the lead, and he's got to be at Keeneland. I guess we're going to have to find out. I think he's going to be part of the pace, and that's why I believe the closers are going to come towards the end because he's going to push it along with a few others. So East Avenue to me is a toss. I don't like him. I don't even think he'll hit the board. But if he wins, then horizontally or betting on the nose, I lose. So let's move on. Publishers, another one, same thing. Race sets up for him. I don't care that he's a maiden. He doesn't know he's a maiden, but he is a good closer. He's got a good jockey. However, he's going to need things to fall his way because others have a better kick and better tactical speed. So if the race totally collapses, he's got a shot. But again, he's another one that's lower tier for me. Tries and supers, don't like him on the wind end. American Promise falls into that category, who is the next horse for me also. He was a lower tier in some of the races at Oaklawn. If I remember right, he went to Fairgrounds. I think I bet him that day, and he didn't do squat. But the winner ran away with the race. Not many did much there. But he goes over to Colonial, and he runs a superb race, and he basically whoops him and gets a great number. However, Colonial is like Sunland to me. Those numbers are always a bit inflated, and you got to question the horses he was running. They're not as good as a lot of these, the upper half. So to me, American Promise will show for a while. I don't like him on the win end. I don't like him to hit the board, actually. So I probably won't even use him in tries or supers. So if he wins, hits the board, I'm probably in trouble with that one. But again, I will look at the forms. I will look at all the different numbers and things when the things come out about a week before the Derby, and then I'll have my final handicapping show. This is just opinions where I'm sitting right now. Flying Mohawk, great haircut, not touching him. He did run okay last time in the Jeff Ruby, but I mean, this is a totally different ball game, and I just don't think he's fast enough. Grande did run against Rodriguez. He had a crazy trip. He was wide. He had trouble in the first turn. He was wide around the final turn and still ran in and ran a better number probably than Rodriguez overall, definitely by the Thorograph. I think this horse impressed me with that. Again, it was at Aqueduct. Aqueduct numbers tend to be overinflated when I compare them the way I do them, when I compare them to other tracks. But that visually is a horse that I think is still improving, working in it. He's going to be young, depending on his post position. We'll see. But I definitely think he's someone that is a place and show into my verticals. And but I don't know if I use him in horizontals. We make that call on race day or when I get closer. But I do like the way Grande ran last time, and he's improving, and he's only had a few races. Mad Cat Road, boy, Mad Cat Road. If I owned this horse, I would go to the Derby because I have a chance to go to the Derby. But I do not think this horse has any shot in winning this race or probably even hitting the board. He's going to be another one of those pushing the pace to me that is going to cause a bit of a meltdown. And I'm looking for horses that are closers but have better tactical speed. And he doesn't fit any of that bill at this moment. So right now, Mad Cat Road is out for me. Built is a nice horse. I'd love to own him. He's a good hard knocker. I think the distance is the question. He wasn't able to get it done his last two races. He's a very good horse, but he's not a top tier horse to me, especially to win the Kentucky Derby. So I'm going to pass on Built at this moment. And again, I haven't done final handicap, and I'm not even sure I'm going to use him at all anywhere. So again, I like the horse. I like the connections. I love his trainer. But Built is a pass for me. Luxor Cafe looks great on video. We just don't really know what he's running against or how he's going to tactically go in this race. But I do like what I see. Probably use him somewhere in a saver. But honestly, at this point, I don't like him to win. Let's see when he finally gets to the United States and then starts training. We'll see how he looks. But as of now, I don't love him for the win, but I don't know. I need to find out a little bit more, honestly. Same thing with Admire Daytona. I really don't think that race was fast enough to be competing here for a winner place. So as of now, he's a toss for me. We'll take a look and see. Again, I always keep my eyes open. I've learned the hard way, not just to stick with what I'm initially feeling. So we'll see how that goes. Number 22, I've never been able to pronounce this. So I'm just going to say Safi Joseph's horse. I did use him last time underneath Tappan Street and Sovereignty, and he finished right where I thought he would, third. He ran a very good race. But again, he's got to be towards the front. And if he stays in the race, he's another one like Madacat Road. They ran each other into the ground and set up the closers last time. Why wouldn't they do it again in the Derby? So he's a toss for me. Render Judgment, I don't think's fast enough. I'll review again when everything comes out and I can see different numbers from different things, different services, and then my own numbers. But as of now, if he gets in, I'm not digging him. But Baeza, everybody wants him in. Baeza's the next horse and the last one we'll look at. Baeza has a chance. There's still enough time that there could be a couple defections. And because of the way he ran last time, people want him in the Derby and think he has a very good shot to win. I'm not so sure that race wasn't too hard on him, especially not running many races. I think he can compete, but he's not my top tier as of today. And what is today? I think today's the 12th. I'm not even close. Clearly, it's chemo week. It's April 16th, Wednesday. So I'm going to say right now that if Baeza gets in, he is a user for me. Of course, it depends on post. And I know they're training him towards, yes, we're going to be in the Derby. I think they're even finally decided they're going to bring him. But I still like Journalism's race last time over his, even though Baeza came from last, got into it, and ran Citizen Bull into the ground. It was a great effort. I'm just not so sure he might not bounce, and that's where it's at in my head right now. Anyway, this is my too early look at the Kentucky Derby. Over the next week or so, we'll see some workouts, we'll see defections, and then we'll know better who exactly is in the race. Then, when we get closer, things come out, we'll definitely do a final analysis and selections. But right now, if you told me, hey, who's your selection, I won't surprise anybody. I like Journalism. Then I like Tappan Street and Sovereignty. Those are my top three horses, and those are the ones I think the winner comes out of one of those three, assuming something crazy doesn't happen. But we'll know soon, right? A couple weeks. Anyway, this is Frank with Frankly Horse Racing. I hope everybody is doing well out there, and I hope playing the ponies this week you have a good time, and we'll see you soon. Take care.